step a little bit closer. Now, these people are all kind of motley looking. We want them to look military. I want you to belt that first command. I mean, really belt it like you're screaming at kids. Let them have it.
Gun attention!
Okay, walk on down and take a look through the thing.
No smile.
Look pretty good? All right, well that's the best we got in. Now, what we're going to do is get these folks from the back of the gun where they're not really doing anything up here on the gun so they can do their job. So the next command.
Man the piece!
Now, man the piece, they will come around, they will walk up, position themselves on the gun, but you will notice that they are still standing outside of that area. So the next command will actually put them in position.
From right to left, dress!
From right to left dress, they will step in and kind of snuggle into that gun. Now, this is a field piece, which means that on the battlefield it probably fires 5-6 shots at a time. What it will probably be firing, though, is something that looks like this. This is a pre-prepared cartridge. Cannonball, wooden sabot, gunpowder. So after you fire this a few times, what's probably collecting in that barrel? What else? Yeah, some of this bag. So it's probably not a good idea to continue to load on top of that debris. So we're going to look to our cannoneer on the left that has the little curly cue, give them the command to.
Search piece!
He will take that, run it down the tube, twist it a couple of times, hoping to hook most of the debris. Now, once that's done, though, what could still be going on in the barrel? Heat, sparks. So that's where Molly's job comes into play with command 2.
Advanced sponge!
With advanced sponge, she will wet that, stick it to the muzzle, but she is not going to push it down because at the back of these cannon tubes, there is a vent hole. If you were to leave that open and she sponges, what's going to happen? Yeah, all that yuck's going to come out on the back, and when she pulls that out, what's going to be sucked into that tube? Air. Not a good idea. So we're going to look to our cannoneer here on the back and give her the command to.
Tend vent!
With a leather thumb style protecting her thumb, she will cover that vent so there's no air going down, and then Molly can
Sponge piece!
safely sponge the piece. Now, once that's done, it's time to reload. Normally, on these field pieces, you have these side boxes, into which are the ammunition tubes. But it's not a good idea to leave those on the gun while you're firing, so they're removed to the back. We need to get the cartridge up there, so that's where our swift of foot's coming into play with command 2.
Handle cartridge!
All right, go on, grab bag, put it in your bag, put it in your bag.
Run it up to the front,
Then run.
hand it
Run
off,
back. Come on, go.
and run back. Oh, cool.
Good job. All right, go back to where you were.
Now, the cartridge is at the front. The next command,
Charge piece!
Good job.
the charge will be placed in the muzzle. Now, that's a 4.5-foot barrel.
Take
So
this.
obviously he can't get that down to the vent where it needs to be. So we need to use Molly one more time with the other end of her tube. But
Ram down cartridge!
she will use that wooden end to ram that cartridge from the muzzle down to the breech under that vent hole. Now, once that's done, our next command is going to go to our young lady again on the back.
Prime!
She will take a pick from her strap, place it down the vent hole, puncturing that bag of gunpowder. She will then smack and open her cartridge box, pull out a pre-rolled paper tube of gunpowder. She will rip the top of that off with her teeth, like all good soldiers, and spit. Sprinkle the gunpowder over the vent, creating the fuse. Now, we have got that cleaned, we have got it loaded. What could we do now, guys? Sure we could. We could fire away. 1,200 pounds of gun. Projectile goes that way. Where does the cannon go? That way. On all those folks at the back who not collectively weigh 1,200 pounds. So, do we really want to fire it right this second? No. And of course, as great as there that she wants to try to hit something with. So what do you normally do with a weapon before you shoot it?
Aim.
You aim it. Now, you're going to give yourself that command.
Take aim.
Then you're going to come over here. We got to give this guy, this stud, something to do. All right, I want you to look down this barrel. We want to put a barrel on that. All this you see over there, which belongs to Great Britain. So if we want that barrel to go to the left, which way do the trails have to go? Okay, tell your distance back to your trails right, till the hole.
Trail right.
Oh, down trail?
Down trail.
Very good. Now, we have cleared everybody from the back of the gun. We have aimed our firearm power here. Anybody else see any problems up there? Gun captain, are you happy? Do you know them? We are not going to move those two folks up front, even though the gun captain is a little concerned. Anybody else know them?
She's insured.
Can anybody tell me why we don't want those two folks up front to move though?
There's a flash.
What do you think? The gun's going to go backwards, remember? Gun captain, great gun captain here, but we are going to have ranging shots, probably won't hit the target on the first one. So when that gun rolls back, why are those people important?
Know where to put the gun
Yeah,
back
to
to.
know where to put the gun back. So they are really as our markers. So she really needs to leave them up there. Now, I know Molly and the guy next to her are probably a little nervous, but Molly, which way is the cannonball going when that thing fires? Point for me. Are you going to get hit? No. So they're not going to get hit by a projectile. The cannon rolls back. Would they get run over? No. No. Going to be loud up there? Yes. Sure. Will be loud back there? Sure. Will be loud over here? Absolutely. It's artillery. But they're going to get paid a little more to stay up there anyway. So we'll do that. Now, gun captain, draw your sword with your right hand. Yeah, good. Now, we have one last crew member who hasn't done anything yet, has a long pole at the end of which is a burning rope called slow match. Now, he's going to do the hardest job of all, aren't you? Yes. When you're ready, lower that sword and yell that last command.
Fire.
Boom! Excellent. And on it goes. Now, it should take a well-trained crew of about 15 men, 6 important, the rest of them would be your laborers, about 30 to 40 seconds to do that job. Now, I'm sure we ran over that time a little bit, but they were a great crew, a great captain. Let's give them a round of applause.